One of the big problems with the American economy right now is the lack of jobs right now. In this video, I'm going to talk about the problems of the U.S. economy with job creation and why our federal government, or government in general at many levels, may have to create more of the jobs right now because the private sector is simply not doing it enough in this country when you actually look at what's happening on Main Street. In this video, I have some notes here today and kind of an outline and some statistics that I think are important on this issue. Here we go. Job creation in this country now, especially in the private sector, is mainly in about a few major areas in this country. Solar, social media, and healthcare right now. It's in very limited areas where you have a lot of jobs right now. In the future, I think there's going to be a lot more self-employment in this nation for the people that can afford to do it and have those options. I also think the government or the state may have to create more of the jobs in some areas because of what's happening in the private sector. So Trump's budget cuts do have some issues in some areas. I agree with most of it, but not all of it, depending on what it is. As the U.S. gets more populated, the American economy can't sustain all these people. The upper 1% in America now controls about 75% of our wealth. It's staggering. We're going back to the era of the robber barons. There's no doubt about it. It's just what's happening. At the same time, corporations continue to shed and get rid of a lot of jobs. Never ever believe the mainline media. It's all run by money. Get out of the trance. Start thinking for yourself, especially on this issue. Unemployment in this country is a lot higher than what the public realizes, especially in the last 20 years. The government needs to continue to create jobs in areas like border patrol, alternative energy, infrastructure, and reforming public education, to name a few. We still need government and government jobs in some areas. We still need that. I like Trump's ideas, and I do agree as an independent with most of them. But we still need some smart regulation of things like the banks, the environment, pollution, and corporations and monopolies, to name a few. We still need unions in the government and in the private sector to a certain degree. That's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of right-to-work laws at the state level. They tend not to work, and you still need unions. You still need some government in some areas because the private sector just isn't doing a lot of this anymore, and a lot of it has to do with corporate greed at the company level. Here's what I want you to do. Based on this video and based on Trump's budget cuts, I'd like for you to call some people, including him, if you want to do that now or very soon. You could call the Capitol switchboard for Congress in D.C. at 202-224-31221 and tell them about what budget cuts you like or don't like and talk to them about jobs. This country needs more jobs. If you missed any of the numbers, I'm going to put them in the description for this video. Also, call President Trump at the White House. There's 2 numbers for him, and tell them the same sort of thing, or tell him the same sort of thing. What budget cuts you agree with or don't agree with, but we still need some federal government jobs, and I think some of this is going to come back to haunt him politically in the future. The number for the comments number at the White House is 202-456-1111. The White House switchboard is 202-456-1414. I believe that number gives you a directory to the entire White House building. I think they would all appreciate your comments and your ideas. These ideas are important, and we definitely need jobs in this nation to sustain our economic future. Once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration. My next video is going to be on why I think the Menendez brothers in California should be released now. I've stayed silent on this issue for a long time, and I've come to the conclusion that I think they should be released from jail now. And I'm going to get into why I think they should be released. Thanks again for your consideration. It's free to subscribe.